Blessed love. His time is up, family. Welcome once again to Afua Speaks at Community Conversations. The room has filled up mighty quick. We weren't expecting big numbers today, actually, because a lot of people are out on the streets celebrating this foolishness called the Jubilee. And you know what our people are like, brothers and sisters. Anything for a jump up and a party. So, I guess I shouldn't hold it against them because they're not really understanding the amount of energy that they're giving to the realm. Not really getting it, actually. But yes, welcome. I can see that, yes, Lioness Keats, big up all about the black. All the moderators are in the room and we have got so much to talk about. Yeah, the Black Awards, they're coming up in October. So make sure you guys, I'm going to put out some posts later on in the week. Make sure that you guys are voting, because the voting for this category, the one that I'm in anyway, which is Honours of Distinction under Community Achievement, is going to be running right up until the hour, I do believe. I think the other categories have closed now or are closing quite soon. Check out the website, you get all the information there. But it is going to be, I'll tell you the date. Hang on, guys. Right. So the date is actually going to be, I think I said it once before, but let me just get it right so I don't get it wrong. It's Sunday, the 30th of October, 2022, 6 p.m. till midnight. And it's going to be at the Sapphire Hotel and Banqueting Suite, 45 Imperial Way, Croydon, CRO 4RR. So it's going to be in Croydon. I'll put those posts out later on in the week for those of you that don't know about it and those of you that want to keep voting. I don't know if the same person can vote Nitty Bitty Crafters lots of times, but thank you for your support anyway. All right. So yes, brothers and sisters, let's get into the meat and potatoes. We have got lower numbers than normal, and that's what I expected, because when are we going to stop doing the distractions? I'm not saying people can't go out and have a party and have a great time, but at the end of the day, the level of distraction that we see in our community, we would much rather put our money and our efforts and our energy into jumping up and raving rather than dealing with what it is that we need to deal with, such as issues like this in the community. So I just want to know when we're going to stop it, because some of that, it's not even young people, it's big people, big crusty people. I was talking to somebody earlier and saying, like, these people under their Ray and nephew mashing up their old self, probably going to go to early graves. No one's looking after themselves anymore. There was a time when black didn't crack. Well, it seemed to be cracking very much under the Ray and nephew and the bad living is what I've got to say. There comes a point, doesn't there, where we have to kind of take stock of ourselves. But then that's just my opinion. Call me a party pooper, call me what you want. But to me, at this time of life, in your 50s and 60s, it should be all about alkaline living. It should be about taking care of your body, your mind, your soul, and putting yourself in a state of peace. Not saying you can't go out and have a good time, but the whole heap of weekly jump up and negative vibrations, me not in at it. Let's just say that. Let's just get into, we're going to talk about two people today, brothers and sisters. You've seen the Instagram post. I know a lot of you would have. So we're going to talk about this guy called Peter Harvey, aka Peter Dread. What he did to that sister's face. My brothers and sisters, I haven't even got words for it. I haven't even got words for the fact that these people are still walking amongst us. But before we get into all of that anyway, let me update you guys about the police. So I went to the police station on Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. When I got to the police station, for those of you that have known the saga and have been following it from the beginning about what's been going on, you will know that as far as I'm concerned, I'm being harassed and I'm being bullied. There is no reason why these people are pursuing me with such vigor for putting up Instagram posts and for doing YouTube lives to expose the nastiness in our community, which they have allowed to prevail for far, far too long. So now I'm the target. So you guys know this. You guys have been following it. For those of you that are new today, it's been a whole thing. Look back on Instagram, look back on these lives, and you will catch up to speed. Okay. Sorry, I've just got to take this. All right. No, this is something else. Yeah. So that's what's been going on. It's culminated in a long, long set of debacles. And I went down there with my solicitor. We had a His Time Is Up Sister T, Sister Teresa, man, who came down in the rain, you know, regardless of anything. I said to her, don't come down. It's a Tuesday evening. I haven't really pushed it out there. You're going to be on your own. I don't want you to get wet in the rain like that. She ended up sitting in my car, bless her. But that sister prevailed and trotted through the rain. She said, I don't care if I'm the only one. I'm coming to support you, my sister. And you know what? Even now I'm kind of choking up talking about it, because you know, that level of love, it just really hit me. It really, really hit me. And I'm very, very appreciative to my sister Teresa. You're a real one, sis. And everyone else that has supported, even those that couldn't come to the police station, because I understand schedules and agendas and I get it at the end of the day. But for those who go the extra mile, I want to say a big, 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 big his time is up. Shout out to you guys. Because yeah, without you guys, I probably would not get the energy that I get to continue doing what I'm doing. Everyone goes, oh, Afua, you're amazing. But you guys are amazing too. Because without you and without the need to free the sisters from this tyranny that is going on, I don't think I'd be able to keep up with it. So I get there, 7 p.m. on the dot. We go in, and the first thing they say to me is they want to take me down to custody to search me. So I say I don't consent to that. My solicitor says that's out of the question. What's going on? And then there's a back and forth, and then I leave. I'm advised to leave. So I left. So yet again, they have not been able to arrest me. All of this to-ing and fro-ing, I don't really understand it. Why did you not ask me to come to a normal police station where there was an interview room and you could do my voluntary interview? Voluntary being the operative term. But you bring me to a custody suite and then ask to search me and bring me into custody. That's, to me, a kind of arse backwards way of trying to nick me. You know, they're just playing games, playing a lot of games, my brothers and sisters. So this is what's going on. I'm putting a shout out because we're going to start making a lot of noise about this, okay? We're going to start making a whole heap of noise about this now. Just like we did on the 16th of October last year when we went to Brixton Police Station, we're going to be doing a set of rallies, my brothers and sisters, where we're going to have a presence outside, whether it's Wood Green, doesn't matter what police station they're trying to bring me into, and Brixton. Because let us not forget, yeah, that this started in Brixton. It started with a complaint by Tony Clark, and the police have applied Section 127 of the Miscommunications Act to this complaint. Even though the complaint is very clear, because I've now seen the disclosure. I saw that on Tuesday night. And it's quite clear. It's the same indictment as we saw in the High Court. It's all about the YouTube lives. They're now taking it for defamation. Good luck with that, and so on. So there's nothing new in there. So we don't understand why the police are applying Section 127 of the Miscommunications Act to those events or to that complaint, because the complaint does not allude to Section 127 of the Communications Act. And my solicitor has told them this time and time again. And even if it did, Section 127 of the Miscommunications Act is a sundry offence that it's played out in the civil courts. Nobody knows why they want to question me so hard. Doesn't matter what they've been told, they keep on pressing on at it. It seems to me that somebody at the top has been paid to put the squeeze on Afua. That's what it is. And I'm going to talk it. I don't care. Come to my door and try to assassinate me. You understand? Because you know what they need to understand? Let me tell you what they need to understand, my brothers and sisters. You see, if my God is not ready for me, your clipper does stick, your bomb will not explode. Whatever means you try to kill God's message with is going to fail you people. If my God ain't ready to take me, it's not my time. You are not in control of that, Mr. Security Services, Mr. Want to keep things quiet, Mr. Police, whoever you are. Don't let me get on my knees, okay, and start burning fire on this thing. Do you understand what I'm saying to you people? I'm sick and tired of, look, at the end of the day, you can harass me till I'm morning. I beg you turn it more on during the school holidays when I got more time for you people. Do you understand me? That can't scare me. I live in my head. I live with the spirit. Doesn't matter what you do on the physical. That will not deter me and it will not scare me. That's what you people need to understand and know. And you see, whatever dirty darts, people like the black art man, Vincent Rat wants to chuck at this. I hope you can deal with the Holy Spirit, because it's him alone I serve. It is that alone I serve. You understand? And that is our vanguard. That is our bearer. You understand me, people? There's nobody that can form a weapon against that. That is the biggest Abia man in the sky. Call it that if you want. Do you understand me? So let them come. If them are come, let them come. Because I'm protected by the Most High One, as the songwriter says. Yeah? Can't work. Cannot work. You understand, my brothers and sisters? So that's where we are with that. Let them keep coming. But we're about to start making a whole heap of noise about that. We're coming up to his time is up March 2022, which is going to be bigger and louder and better. And we are going to prelude that with some little rallies around the place, because I don't think we can wait till October to make the noise. You understand? All about the black. Yes, of course. We always put up our disclaimer. And that is Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. And that's basically what we do here. We're not trying to harass anybody. We are doing what we are doing in the public interest based on intelligence that is given to us, which we then do due diligence on, and we are able to bring that into the public for. That is what happens with every single one of the cases that we highlight here. It's not of Afua's imagination. I don't make it up. Yeah. These are reports and stories that are coming out of the community. And there is not one of them that can prove that what we are saying is untrue. In fact, the defense that you get is usually like, where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? There isn't this thing that, oh my God, it isn't true. That does get said. But what is louder, especially from the perpetrators, is where's your evidence? Well, they know, and we know, that the evidence in these cases are very rarely materialistic unless you catch it at the time. And if a woman is only speaking out after 30 years, which is often the case with victims and survivors, then where is your material evidence? It's gone. It's not there. And certainly when we go back 30 years, half of the DNA advancements in law enforcement didn't even exist. So how do we prove these cases? Very, very difficult. We know what the take-up is at the CPS. It's practically zero. We know what the conviction rate is. It's practically zero. It is hard to prove. So do we then not have to have a culture where we have changed the way that we think about these cases? The default position cannot always be, she's lying. Where's the proof? Oh my God, he wouldn't do that. He's been great to me all these years. It can't be that. Who's calling me on the live, man? 1 second, my brothers and sisters. I'm getting a call. Hold on. Accident. I better put my phone on silent, brothers and sisters. I thought this was pertaining to the live, but it's not. Right, let me turn that off in case that comes on. Yes. So the point of the matter is that we need to stand up and we need to stop this wall of silence in our community. It's gone on for too long. I'm so sick and tired of it. I will stand in the gap, but it's getting to a point where I think to myself, okay, so I can stand in the gap only so long and take it in the neck for only so long, which I don't mind. I don't mind taking on the devil. It takes a lot of prayer and fasting, but I do it. But I can only do that for so long before the community has to back it and come out and talk. We can't whisper in silos and drivel and dravel and speak in huddled corners. We can't keep doing that, because I fear that if I stop doing this, that all that will happen is that it will fall back in on itself. It will all go back to sleep, and on it will go for the next generation, on and on and on and on. If I step out of the breach that is open right now, but it will close at some point. I've been an activist for over 30 years. I've held up many a cause, and there will become causes. There'll be causes that arise in our community that supersede this one, that I may have to take up and leave this behind or leave it where it is. And that's why I'm fighting so hard, my brothers and sisters, to leave behind an infrastructure. Because one of the things that we don't do when we take up a campaign in our community is leave the infrastructure behind us. We shout a lot, we talk a lot, there's lots of videos, but there's no structure behind it. Let's leave behind an infrastructure. And let's do that of our own accord. I keep saying it. When we go to these people for funding, they just have us buy another set of short and curlies. Yeah, we still have to do their bidding. It is not effective. That's why you've had all these projects and black projects and all kind of projects and initiatives go out in the community. If they've got public funding, you won't hear about them after a few years. You won't see the impact of them in the community. So I'm making a call to arms, my brothers and sisters. We need a female vanguard. I want the volunteers. We've had a trickle of volunteers that want to help. I've got a pool of people actually, but we need more than that. And there's lots of people I need to get back to. Don't think, if you haven't heard from me for a year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is, don't think that your name isn't there and I won't be contacting you at some point in relation to these things. So keep it moving always. Alkaline B, you don't know, my sister. And also in relation to Alkaline B, just incidentally, gonna leave LB alone. That's what I'm saying to all of you people out there. I'm not going to call no name or talk about no kind of circumstance, but who knows. Leave the sister alone. She's not my keeper. I'm not hers. She's a survivor that came onto this page to tell her truth, and quite rightly so. Eamon Edwards is a dirty paedophile. He can try and sue me for defamation if he likes. That's what he is. And that's it. Leave the sister alone. You understand me? That said, brothers and sisters, the time is now. So I'm going to be putting out a call. We're also going to be doing membership on this page. It should have gone up today, but there were a few little nuances that we needed to get ready before we went live with the membership today. You guys did put up a one again if you're down with the membership. I know you did before when I put it out there like a good few weeks ago now. But if you guys want to have a room where when I talk about these cases, it is only for people that are there to listen, to sympathize, to look at solutions. We don't want none of the trolls up in it. I can't block everybody. Do you understand? We are going to be doing 2 lives on a Friday, one for maybe half an hour to an hour, just to update people, maybe have a conversation that is more general, that's going on in our community. And then we'll move over to the membership live where we will really get into the meat and potatoes in ways that we have on this platform. I think it's the safer way to do it. I'm loving the ones as well. Thank you. I think it's the safer way to do it. For too long, there's been a lot of foolishness going on in terms of the way that people receive what we are saying. You understand me, my brothers and sisters? So we're going to go for that. Hopefully it will be live by next week. And there'll be a series of promotions as well. So let's get on to the main presentation of the evening. This sister here, I didn't actually get a chance today to upload her picture again for this live, but you've all been to the Instagram and you've seen a sister. I believe her name is possibly Tia. I'm still trying to get her name fully, but we do know that she was severely mutilated by a guy called Peter Harvey. Again, I didn't get to upload the pictures today, my brothers and sisters. Go on to at Afua Rose 69 on Instagram. If you haven't already seen those posts, please go on to that and you'll be able to see those posts. I'll put the pictures up on YouTube another time. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't even have the words. Like, you try to find words like unbelievable, monster, demon, but they just don't seem sufficient for these kinds of people. What did your mother do to you? And it's more than not being breastfed. What happened to these people? Why they are so willing to be vicious towards women in this way? I'm telling you, there's deep trauma with these individuals, especially the Harvey brothers, because it isn't just Peter Harvey, is it? It's not just Peter Harvey. It's also his brother, Johnny Harvey. Yeah? So I've received a lot of information about a lot of people this week. And Johnny Harvey and his brother, apparently, so this is Peter Dredd, the guy that cut the woman up. I'm going to get into what happened with her first, but let me first give you guys a little bit of backstory, okay? So Johnny Harvey and his brother were convicted at the Old Bailey in 2002 for raping a girl at knife point, where they beat her up and cut her up and raped her. Peter Harvey, aka Peter Dredd, forced her to have oral sex with him, and his brother raped her at gunpoint. Now, this is fact. This has gone through the Old Bailey. This is what's been happening. So this is an individual. And also, Johnny Harvey back in the day was known to have kicked a girl's 7-month pregnant belly out away from her, kicked her baby out of her belly during a dance back in the 90s somewhere in the Brixton area. So these are people that are known to be brutal to women in this way. This woman that you saw on the Instagram, this was not the first time that these people have done that. And as far as we're aware, Johnny Harvey went on and continued to rape women. This is what we're saying. That's alleged then. The rest has been convicted for, remember. There ain't nobody going to be able to say they ain't done this. You know, they were crack dealers back in the day. It seems to me that all they've done is absolutely destroy their community. How is it that they're still walking amongst people? How is it that Johnny Harvey isn't nicked along with his brother a long time? The brother is now Peter Harvey, who did this to the woman a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, in Lordship Lane Park in Tottenham. He has now been apprehended and is now on remand for this crime. So, you know, I doubt very much he's going to get an acquittal on the back of all of this. But I'm going to play you a voice note because I didn't actually get to put the voice note up that accompanied the post that I put up. That's because I'm rubbish with technology, guys. So I couldn't really do the edit and my daughter didn't have time to do the two. So let me just play you guys this. I'm going to hope that you can hear it. Should have uploaded it, but I didn't have time today.
I tried to rape me last year somewhere in the park, yeah? And he busted my nose instead. Now this time he came and cut my face open because there was my friend, she was there. It was my friend's brother's funeral. I was taking pictures for the family. This guy parks up his Audi and he's hanging around the park. Another thing I never did, hang out in the parks and then I was working all day long. I said, child, let me just chill for a bit. I was a TJ, yeah. And what's her name? And my guy came and busted my nose out on his car window. She said he was trying to drag me in his car. And next thing you know, he busted out my nose, which just healed the other day. And now he went and got a whole machete to cut my face open.
Wow. You know, I don't know why, but I thought it was a knife wound. This is the actual sister herself talking. You know, this isn't no hear say. This is the woman herself talking. He got a chopper and chopped her face open. We've seen the marks, you know. This is a man that has raped women, convicted for it. Him and his brother Johnny. And actually, Johnny Harvey Jr. was also convicted of rape. This is the son and nephew of Peter Harvey, the son of Johnny Harvey, was also arrested for rape and convicted in the 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, what kind of a family is this? Of women beaters and rapists, violent, nasty individuals. Now, this girl had to leave the country. The one that they were convicted for in 2002 at the Old Bailey, Peter Harvey. Peter Bailey's the next one that should be going down with them. Peter Harvey and his brother Johnny Harvey, they were convicted in 2002, and the girl had to leave town with her family because of the death threats that she was getting. You know, she had to leave town. See my point? The point is the collusion, the complicity of these people in our community. Excuse my brothers and sisters, you know that I'm overcoming flu right now. The complicity of the people in our community. Who was making death threats? Who is Errol Nash? I've never heard of Errol Nash, Hydro Bill. You lot love to put out things in the comments, but you don't want to come on the live and talk about it. These are the type of things that I'm not really kind of having anymore. The whispering, you know, Hydro Bill, is that even your proper name? I'm not having a go at you, you know, my brother. You say, let's talk about Errol Nash. I've never heard of him. You tell me about Errol Nash. Let's start talking. You understand me? It can't just be me one talking. Everybody knows what I want. Let's start talking. There are future generations of children that need to be protected from these people. People knew what Peter Harvey and his brother Johnny Harvey were like. People knew what they were like. His son, Johnny Harvey Jr., was the same. Now, apparently, this Johnny Harvey was with a woman called Reds, who recently died last month from Tottenham. Yeah? She was well known, apparently. Now, he had 3 children with Reds, and it's reported that he also raped her quite frequently, quite consistently. He was also known to beat her up, apparently, in front of her children. And there's lots of questions about how she died. She was found at the bottom of the stairs. You know, I'm not going to cast any aspersions on that. Now, apparently, the daughter and the daughter's boyfriend were arrested and questioned. Well, I haven't got anything to say about that, because that can always happen. And if it's black people, they would have suspected people in the house anyway, even if they had nothing to do with it. So, you know, we're not trusting the police just because they were arrested. But Johnny Harvey was convicted during that time for perverting the course of justice, which probably means he tried to hide something or he was lying. So there's a lot of intrigue surrounding this Reds' death, you know. But what we do know is that Johnny Harvey is the ex-partner of this woman and has been reported to have been beating her up most of their relationship, and also maritally relationship raping her. Interesting. And then she's found dead at the bottom of the stairs. Interesting. Absolute monsters is what these people are. Why is man still parring with them? RIP Reds. Absolutely. Why are people still parring around these guys? If it's common knowledge in the community, you know, and apparently Reds was found by her autistic son at the bottom of the stairs. If they know this is going on, well, no, Shabazz Mitchell, I'm not leaving Reds out of this, because she is connected, unfortunately for her, God rest her soul, to this monster called Johnny Harvey and his brother Peter Harvey. So I won't leave her out of it, because I'm not saying that I have a conclusion about what happened, but there is certainly enough to make conjecture about. There is certainly enough to cast aspersions about. And that's not the main crux of this presentation anyway. It's a context that I am giving, okay? And that's information received. So Johnny Harvey and his brother Peter Harvey are absolute dangers to women. My question is, how many more of us will have to suffer? How many more of us will have to die? Is what I'm saying. At what point are we going to give up the ghost? At what point are people going to talk out about what it is they know? You know? At what point? I'm just so exacerbated with the whole thing. I really am. A generation of wickedness has been running through our families. We've got to stop. This guy should never have been on the streets to be able to do what he did to this woman. Everybody knew what he was dealing with. He's been doing it for a very long time. Now, if the police won't lock them up, what are we going to do about it? Because a man can't move to me and tell me he's a bad man. This is why I don't take the abuse off of men. Because you got chest for woman, but when it comes on to the man that's doing the wrong and next to you, you ain't saying nothing. That's why I don't tolerate it off of them. They go like that with me and they're going to have a man fight on their hands. Believe you me. Ask any man that I've been with who's ever tried to raise his hand to me. I'm not having it, because I don't see the same chest for the man them around you. That's what it is with me, you know? We've got to get a hold of ourselves in a way that we are able to not only protect the most precious thing in our community, which is the women and the children, but we've also got to make the brothers accountable for their brother, to be their brother's keeper. Everyone knew what Rat was dealing with. They let it go. People were too afraid to move to him, or maybe there were family ties. And we see the same thing filtering down now, because as much as we're talking out, as much as people are talking out, it's still me at the forefront talking. You know, people have told their stories, but how many people have really come on big and bright and told their own stories? Too afraid, because of the backlash from the community, because of the same old tired record. You're a liar. You're a dirty gal. Or did you know this about her? Did you know that about her? Nobody wants to face that. And they're still going to get it when they get in the dock. That's going to be the type of question they get once they get in the dock. Unbloody believable, my brothers and sisters. Unbelievable. So yeah, RIP Reds. Faith and blessings and good light to Sister Tia. Yeah. And we just hope that they keep that man in. I hope he gets life for that. If he doesn't, then the man them need to deal with him when he come out. You lot are okay to kill your one another over drugs. You're okay to kill your one another over money and territory and mix up with gal. But you're not okay to protect the sisters and the children of your community, unless it's your own, of course, and then you're just happy to go out and go on the rampage just because it's yours. Whatever happened to the community, whatever happened to it takes a village to raise a child, if it happens to your child, it's already happening to mine. That's the mindset we need to get into. It's already happening to mine if it's happening to your child, because it's only a matter of time. But people need to realize we need to get back the integrity in our community, brothers and sisters. I'm sick and tired of it. The rape, the paedophilia, the woman beating that goes on, the violence against women and girls. I am fed up of it. Yeah. Very soon, the sisters are going to start taking things into their own hands. I had a conversation. The big question, do the sisters feel safe in the community? Absolutely not. And that's from our own. When I was growing up, the real threat, the most imminent threat that we had was racism and white people and racist police officers picking up brothers in the back of the Black Mariah, beating them up and all the rest of it, skinheads, blah, 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 blah. There was a lot of crap going on within the family. Yes, we know this. We all know now about the dirty old Windrush uncle. You know, we all know about him now. So that has now exploded out, and it's literally a sister is not safe walking down the street. There's another thing that I wanted to share with you before we get to Lefty B, old dirtiness. There's something else I wanted to share with you that I received today, and it's about Uber drivers, my brothers and sisters. I'm like, what is going on? I've got a daughter that deals with the Uber thing, and there's no reason why she can't drive. But she just chooses not bothered. You know, a lot of young people these days, it's like, why bother to drive in London? I can take Uber, I can do whatever. But I just don't think it's safe. And I keep telling her, but this kind of thing is what actually makes me even more scared. So let me try and play this for you guys. Okay, let's see if I can find it.
So a few weeks.
Okay, you guys might have seen it. Heard it. It's going around on WhatsApp at the moment, so you guys might have heard it. I'm going to play it for you anyway. It's a little bit long, but it's worth listening to. So I'll put the camera off. Listen to this.
So a few weeks ago, I sent out a message explaining how some of the Uber drivers are not registered with Uber, and what they're doing is their cars are registered, but then they loan them out to non-registered or checked Uber people, mainly men, and they are using someone else's car to sexually assault women and rape and sexually assault. So today I was with one of my friends and I was explaining this situation. She said to me 3 weeks ago, she ordered an Uber and exactly what I said happened. So she checked the picture of the man that was supposed to come, which was a young man, and who turned up was this old man. And she said, "This is not your picture." And he said, "Oh, it was when I was younger." And she said, "I shouldn't have got in the cab. I had a funny feeling." But anyway, she got in the cab. But anyway, she got to her destination safely. But on the way back, she ordered another Uber, and it was somebody who was on the picture. And she said to the guy what had happened, and he said, "You've got to, what's the word I'm looking for? You've got to report it." And he showed her how to report it. So as soon as she got home, she reported it. Within less than 15 minutes, this lady rang her and asked her questions, took her through a process. She had to send the information, and she took a picture of the number plate, everything, because as much as she wasn't comfortable going in the cab, and she did, she still thought, I need to just take some pictures, which she did, so it was really good. And it was all reported, and the person was taking the report seriously and was going to do something about it, basically. And the second Uber guy was explaining to my friend that what was happening with the sexual assaults, with the rape, and he said it's serious. So guys, ladies, guys, whoever you are, pass this on.
This is a serious matter that is happening to females out in the community. They are being sexually assaulted, they are being raped, they're being lured into areas that are not safe for these men who are assaulting them and raping them. And only 6% of sexual assaults on females and rape victims are being reported and being prosecuted. 6%. There's so many more that are not reporting and not being prosecuted. So we have to keep our community safe, and we need to pass this information on, because a lot of females use Uber and they're not aware of what is going on. So please pass this on. Let's keep our community safe as much as we can. We are our brother's keeper. All right, thanks, bye.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Nothing is safe, my brothers and sisters. So yeah, someone says this needs to be reported to TFL as they do thorough checks and the police or something. Well, I mean, look, the lady has said, Marcia, that these Uber drivers lend their cars out to people, so they're kind of rogue drivers, aren't they? Like back in the day before you had the PCOs and whatever, and man was just running taxi down at Leicester Square. I remember those days. You jump in one and hope for the best. You make sure that you weren't dropped off on your own, you know? And a lot of people got raped in those days as well with that setup. So now they've found a way to circumvent the system. Just use your mate's license. But I wonder if the guys who give them the car knows what they're doing in the car. That's the problem. You know, I don't know. It just needed to get out there. I'm going to try and put it up on Insta, and then maybe you guys can share it if you haven't already had it on WhatsApp. So again, no picture of Lefty B. I'd never heard of this character, Lefty B. Let's talk about him now. Peter Harvey to one side. There's not much more I can add about him apart from he's a dangerous character, and his brother Johnny is the same. So if you know these characters, you know of them, my brothers and sisters. Women, stay away far from these people. Do not get into a relationship with them. It seems that they are predators and they are very dangerous, and they like to injure women as well as rape them. So if I were you, I'd stay far from them. Lefty B. I'm told that this is a very well-known DJ in the community. Yeah. Not my scene. Never heard of this guy. Don't go rave. Don't go dance. I don't go them things there. Probably not for the last 30 years or so. Not since I was a young girl. It's just not my thing. If I'm going to go raving into a dance and whatever, I do that in Jamaica. Why? A, because it's way more fun and everyone just seems to be focused on having a good time. On holiday, you can be anonymous as well. So I don't have to see any dirty bungles that I don't want to see. Yeah. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's what it is. Sorry, I'm getting sidelined by the comments. I keep getting told that I need to look at the comments more, but then I find it hard to present when I'm looking at the comments, guys. So give me time. So anyhow, this guy apparently is an extremely well-known DJ. We've had lots of inquiries. I initially put up a post, and then I took the post down because there was a little bit of kerfuffle going on. And then I put the post back up. And I put the post back up because we started getting inquiries from people that had seen the first post. And I've been told a lot of things about this guy. The paedophilia, the complicity that goes on around him. We have got to try to keep our community safe from people like that. Those sorts of people that are willing to have sex with children, that are willing to be a risk to the people in their inner circles. We cannot allow that person to continue to go on to then meet other women who have also got children, who have also got grandchildren, and then they can go on to continue the cycle. You know, people often say things like, well, I don't know if he's doing it now. We really need to educate ourselves about the pathology of these people. Once a paedophile, always a paedophile. Of course he's doing it now. If that is the man's penchant, if he's willing to have sex with children, teenagers, pre-teenagers, whoever, he's not going to stop that. Yes, he will have sex with big women. That's the front. Yes, he might be a gallus. That's the front. But his real penchant, what really gets him off, are the children. And that's what people need to understand. You'll often hear people saying, oh, he doesn't need to rape anybody. He doesn't need to rape a child or anybody else. He's a gallus. So ignorant. Do they not understand? They don't understand. Let me just try to calm myself down, because not everybody really gets it. And we need to get it. We need to understand that these men have fronts, they have lives. You look at people like the Yorkshire Ripper, serial killers, they're family men, they have wives, children, jobs. No one knows what they do in the dark. Nobody knows what their real kink is all about. Do you understand me? There are people that are undercover gay even. And I'm not saying I'm putting that on the same par, but there's people that hide stuff about their sexuality, whether you're gay and society doesn't allow you to come out, or whether that is that you've got something much darker going on. You understand me? Now, gay people are allowed to come out now, and that's happening more and more, and power to them. Let them do that. Man on man, woman on woman, not touching children. I don't have a problem with that. Whoever want to call me whatever they want to call me, like that idiot tried to Kwaku, say what you like. At the end of the day, I'm interested in people that want to have sex with children. I'm interested in bunning them out. When these yardies who have got 11-year-old baby mothers, half of them, are bunning out Batman for dead. That's all you can hear. I say to these people, do you know what? No Batman are left for bun out again. Them dead and gone already. You bun out every one of them. Let's talk about your 11-year-old baby mother. Let's talk about your 12-year-old baby mother. Let's talk about that. Yeah? Because that's what we need to talk about. We're going to talk about Sister Tanya. Thank you. Could you give us some information, please, moderator? But I'm going to talk about the fundraising at the end of tonight. So, yeah, we need to change this whole narrative. The way that the Jamaican community, we've covered it a few times. Sister came on last week talking about Ramon Colai in Mandeville. So, you know, she gave us a real wonderful insight into the Jamaican mindset when it comes on to dealing with this pedophilic rape culture, this sexual violence culture that is going on in our community, you know? And that transferred, I keep saying it, I'm going to say it again, it transferred with the Windrush from the islands of the Caribbean. I focus on Jamaica because that's where my parents are from, and that's my experience and my culture and what I see. And they're the most dominant people in the post-Windrush community. But we're talking about across the board in Africa and on the islands of the Caribbean. I know it goes on all over the world in other communities. Let them deal with it. It's time we cleaned out our own dirty cupboards. That's what it is. We have to do this because the knock-on effect, as we've seen, I keep saying it, I'm going to say it again. The knock-on effect in our community. So let's start at the beginning. We come here from the Windrush. We've got the dirty old uncles that's busy raping off the children in the home. It's all being kept quiet by the Windrush mothers because of shame and pride and Christianity. And then we move forward a little bit. There's boy children growing up in this who have also been sexually abused, actually, but never, ever talk about it ever. So their shit is become internalized. You understand? And they then go out and start perpetrating. The powers that be who overstand what our ills are all about throw crack into the middle of that. Everyone loses their minds and the problem just gets bigger and spills outside of the family unit, out into the streets and into the community. And that's kind of a short version of kind of how we got here. Yeah? And now, once the crack hit the spot and these monstrous men who have now had their egos inflated by a stimulant drug, and all of their inhibitions are now gone, they've gone on a rampage in the community. Gang raping, drug raping, beating up girls, cutting up their faces, just madness. Now, these women, obviously, have been abused in the home by the Windrush uncle. They're already screwed up. They've gone out onto the roads amongst their peers, the way the man them are treating them. They've then hooked them up on crack. These women have had lots of children and put them into the system. The children are then further abused. We've seen what happened in the care homes. And the cycle continues and continues. And what is culminated into is a generation of extremely angry children who have no guidance, who are damaged. And what are they doing? Killing each other. Because the hatred for self is so internalized now that it's starting to spill out on anybody that looks like you. That's what's happening in our community, brothers and sisters. When is it going to stop? I saw videos of people that I know even today, raving up themselves in red, white, and blue in Brixton today and wherever else was going on. I had a few videos from different people, and I just thought, wow. I mean, these are even people that I see as people that are quite conscious to what's going on, but they're giving up their energy on a date that these people have pre-prescribed, you understand, and putting on their colors, which are highly symbolic, and partaking, giving out their energy. If only you had the same output for God. If only, we'd be free tomorrow. But it's just all connected. It's all intertwined. We're in such a mess, and we do not even know it. I'm done. I'm done sometimes with our people. I really, really am. But this lefty character, I'm being told, is by various sources, remember, this is not just one or two people now. And this is what happens. I put a picture out, woo, everybody comes in the inbox saying what they know. Why you never talk out in the first place? Why has this man been allowed to continue? Children, babies, toddlers, this guy, you know? Various people, like I say, in his inner circles, and no doubt many others that we don't know about. Lefty B, or on all the flyers now. You know, we research people when we get names. So now I know about him. I have never heard of this guy before. Yeah? I don't care who want to vex with me, you know. I don't care who don't like Afua. Because I'm hearing what people say. Oh, she's evil. She's just in it for herself. Now, you tell me, what the backside am I getting from this? I'm getting harassed by the police. I can't go back to Africa where I want to go back because I got a commitment now to my sisters. What the am I getting out of this? Nothing but headache and backlash and vilification. People tell lie pad me. Everyone knows that for all of a sudden. I'm a crackhead. I had my kids taken away. I'm talking about talking up for black women, but yet I've got one of my children for a white man and my other children were taken away. One bag of foolishness. We don't go like that. I'm not a therapist. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm this. I'm that. Lord. I even had one at the beginning. There was a voice note. And it was a white guy actually, who sounded like he was high on speed. I never forget it. It came on WhatsApp around the time of the Vincent Rat thing, and he was going, yeah, I know her. She used to rave on the house and garage scene back in the day. She liked a bit of Charlie, and she sounded really convincing. And I was like, house and garage? I'm a reggae vibes girl. I'm a culture girl. What am I talking about? House and garage. You know, I used to chat on the house and garage thing with MC50 and people like that back in the day, but no. And that was jungle actually. That wasn't even house and garage. That was way back in the jungle days. When the scene wasn't as dirty as it is now. But yeah, this was in my young teenage days. This is a long time ago. But people are saying things and it's all rubbish. I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy the fact that, you know, my children are against what I'm doing. My son, most vocally. We've had many an argument about it. They think I'm putting myself at risk. They don't understand why I'm standing up for everybody and nobody else stand up for me. This is how they see it. Yeah? They're against that. They don't want me out there like that. They're like, where's everyone protecting you, mum? They're not even protecting you. What are they going to do? It's all right for them saying what they're saying. But at the end of the day, when they come and put a bullet on you, these Vincent Rats and these whatever, where are these people going to be? It's going to be us burying you. That's what my children say about this. I've never shared that with you guys. You understand? My family are not happy that I'm doing this. I do this because it needs to be done, because it's been going on for too long. And I, for one, see the connection with all the other issues that we have. Yeah? Where are the vanguards? Yes, my mouth is hot. Yes, it's time for admonishment. You know, I'm calling out to all those brothers that say they stand up for us sisters in the community. You ain't got to like me. Just stand up for the sisters. You understand? We saw our sister Sasha Johnson shot in the head. Every man that was about it, that was in the political space at that time, should have been vanguarding her. I do look out against the nation because they say that is their job. It is their job to just corral around that sister because they never liked certain things, because maybe they wanted the limelight or so on and so forth. She was on her own. And I will be on my own because they don't like me. They don't like the noise that I'm making. They don't like the expose that I'm exposing. Most people, even when they can't deny it, will say, oh, well, you shouldn't have done it like that. Well, how are you going to do it then? You've been sitting on it for 40 years. How are you going to do it then? How's it going to come out? Oh, you know, just like my family, my own family, let's save the family name. Let's save the family shame. Don't be talking about stuff out a door. All of that has to stop. We need to break that down because this family shame thing is killing us. Atrocities, crimes are being committed within the family, and we are allowing it to continue because of what? Shame, pride. You people say you know the Bible, but you don't know that pride comes before a fall, and that is one of the 7 deadly sins. You talk about religion, Christian so-called, but yet you're there succumbing to pride when pride is of the devil. Speak the truth and shame the devil, the same scripture says. So that's all we're doing right now, because I believe it is a demonic spirit that takes hold of these people, why they are able to go and have sex with their own children, other people's children, and God knows what else. Yeah, it is a concern, Lady Voice. Lady Voice says, your children have a point, sis. I think it's a concern we all share. Yeah, that's absolutely true, my brother, my sister. But you know what? We need to stop being shook Negroes on the plantation roundabout now. Because when Harriet Tubman stood up, when Sojourner Truth stood up, when Nanny of the Maroons stood up, when Ya Asantewaa stood up, when Angela Davis in her heyday stood up, when all of the freedom fighters, Malcolm X, my own teacher, Khalid Muhammad stood up, that's the only time we're going to see change, my sister. We've got to be able to give our life, if so be it. And another one come up to give their life, if so be it. And I tell my children this. My children have been raised from little bit. Even their names reflect who they are and who I am. Do you understand? If I die in the course of this, it will not be without reason, and it will not be in vain. Put it that way. Do you understand? It will not be in vain, because it needs to happen. And with us, we wait until the person is injured or dead before we actually make an outcry. Yeah, let's do it in our lifetime, man. I'm not afraid to die, and that's what scares them about me. I really am not afraid to die. We're all going to go sometime, right? Now, do we want to go cowering in a corner, or do we want to go fighting as we should? Do we want to go as a mujahid then, if you put it in the Islamic terms? I'm a mujahid. I'm a soldier of God. All that mujahideen means is a soldier of the faith. Don't make these people fool you talking about mujahideen, terrorists, and all the rest of it. It's all rubbish. It's just a word. It's in Arabic, and it means soldier of the faith. I'm a mujahideen. I'm a soldier of the faith of God. And therefore, you can't scare me with jail. You can't scare me with my life, because I understand the cycle of life. And I know, like Marcus Garvey once said, in death, you know, in life, I'm an annoyance to you, but in death, I will be a terror. Listen to his speech. I love that, because I believe that. You can try to kill me, but the way that I'm going to come back in the spirit is going to be peak for you. So do what you got to do. This is just flesh, you know, my brothers and sisters. None of this don't mean nothing. You understand? It's a cycle, and we will keep coming until the job is done. So as them kill me, another one born of me. Do you understand what I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters? That's the kind of valor that we need to employ within our community once again, for us to combat what is going on. We need people like Lefty B out of the picture. He's a dirty paedophile. Try sue me. I'm not having it. You need to stop. And anyone else that knows what he's been up to, or has known what he's been up to, who's complicit in all of that, needs to think of the next generation. Come forward. I understand how difficult it is. We've had many a sister come on here and really take that leap. LB, even LB herself, you know, who's so bold in the way that she speaks. No, enough people don't understand that journey. Sister was chatting to me in my DMs on Facebook for a while before she actually came on the live, you know, because her truth just had to be told at that point. It's a journey, and I get that. I get that at the end of the day. No one is trying to out anybody. Nobody is trying to talk before time, but somebody like that is so prolific, so dangerous to children and young people, has to be spoken about in the community. He has to be outed. He has to be. And I'm urging all of his victims to come forward if they get that leap of faith. It's the best thing that you can do for yourself in terms of letting go of whatever it is that lives inside that he's deposited there. And it's the best thing that you can do for future generations that he will abuse. I won't even say might, that he will absolutely abuse. It's the best thing you can do. It really, really is. But I'm just sick and tired. My brothers and sisters, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of the complicity. You know, I'm sick and tired. Sick and tired. Speak on it. Let me put out the link for those of you that want to come and join the conversation as usual. Let's see if we get any takers here today. It'd be nice to have a conversation. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up real early. Maybe people actually want to go to a rave tonight. I don't know. I won't be doing anything in that evil person's name. Because you know what else as well, brothers and sisters? I was watching something. Sorry, just getting the link for you. Oh, no, I've got the wrong link. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah. No, I've got the right link. I was watching something about the Queen and her life on BBC and whatnot. And I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, there we go. And yeah, it was taking it back, and it mentioned Canada, her tour to Canada back in 1950 something, and how she'd gone to Canada and she got the news of her father's death while she was on tour of a Commonwealth tour in Canada. And then she became Queen. So they talked about that on this BBC thing. And I was just shaking my head because I have seen lots of videos and evidence on YouTube from the survivors of that tour in British Columbia. The children that were taken from their school on a special picnic by Princess Elizabeth and the what's his name again? Prince Philip, before she became Queen, just a little bit before. And they never came back from the picnic. They went to visit a school in British Columbia, and they took 11 of the brightest children on a special picnic, 10 or 11, into the woods, and those children absolutely did not return. So the classmates of those children growing up, they're all old people now, brought a case, like evidence, everything, photographs, the lot, and brought a case to the Court of Human Rights in The Hague, and an international arrest warrant was issued for the Queen of England. But of course, nobody would ever execute that. And that's facts. You don't go to The Hague and then issue an international arrest warrant unless you've got evidence. This is not conspiracy theory. And this is what people are jumping up and down in their name today. You know, Revelation says, I saw the whore dressed in fine jewels and decked in fine cloth, you know, and on her head was written abominations, the mother of whores. That be I say. There's the stream link, my brothers and sisters, join it if you want to have a conversation about that or anything else. I know Anointed is in the room. He might want to give us some more context about the biblical context of the people we're talking about. You know, we are people of the earth. We are people of faith. That's who we are. You understand? And we know what time it is, but we choose to ignore it a lot of the time. Oh, you stiff-necked Ethiopians, my God. My God, my God. Jump on, my brothers and sisters, man. I actually am in the mood for a conversation tonight. Where are my warriors at? You know? Got to get rid of these people, the Peter Harveys, the nasty lefty bees, who to me is on par, if not worse than Vincent Wright himself. Because Vincent Wright used to start them off at about 10 or 11. Unbelievable, man. Stop upholding these people. Stop disbelieving when you hear it. Cancel, man. Get him off your flyers. I can't remember the name. One of the moderators, drop that in for me, please. The name of the individual that he plays out with quite a lot. If I was you, my brother, I would disassociate myself from that individual immediately. That's what I would do. Yeah, there's no smoke without fire here. So many people can't be saying the same thing, you know, and the inner circle know about it. So I'm just saying, speak up, give up the ghost. Give up the ghost. Seriously, guys. Are you jumping on? I'm going to put it out there one more time. Always silence. Big chat in the chats, but nobody wants to come on. It's so interesting. So interesting. Everybody's got something to say in the comments, especially on Instagram. Oh, I feel you're this, you're that. Come and chat to me. I was saying to them, come on the live then. We'll have a conversation about it. They're afraid. Frightened like puss. But they can talk behind their fake profile. You know? And even people with good tidings. You guys, I love your tidings. Catman, that's it. Catman, who plays out with Lefty B, disassociate yourself, my brother. Disassociate yourself. I've never heard anything about you, Catman. Never, ever, ever. I'm assuming from that you are a decent brother. Disassociate yourself from that individual. He's a paedophile and a rapist, okay? That. Talking raw tonight, my brothers and sisters. They can take this down if they want. You know what I mean? Half a ton of people have already seen it, and many more will see it before they take it down. I don't really care. It's not about the numbers for me. Really not interested. Really not interested. So yes, my brothers and sisters, membership is going to be up. There's the StreamYard link again if you want to jump on. It's in the chat. Membership is going to be up hopefully next week, and we can start having a decent conversation with each other without the trolling and whatever, which actually has been to a minimum quite recently. But you know, they come and go. We just want to lock them out the room and have that conversation exclusively with people that need to hear it at the end of the day. Yeah, I am talking about the 13 Indian kids missing in Canada. Magic number 13. It was 13. I think it was 13, wasn't it? Some people say 10, some 11, but I do believe I heard 13 as well. Very nasty story. Check it out, guys. 13 Colombian children, British Columbian. So not South America, native Canadian Indian children. That's what they were in British Columbia at the time. Unbelievable. There's the link, my brothers and sisters. See what I get. Nobody's jumping on tonight. I'm going to go to my bed. I'm mad tired as always. We are still fundraising. As I said, we're going to be having a series of rallies. I will be announcing that. Please come and support that. We need to make noise against the police, my brothers and sisters. What they're doing is wrong, because as much as we talk about what we're doing to ourselves and black men raping their own women and blah, 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 these racist police are not doing anything about it. And they want to keep me silent because they're very, very aware that, especially when it comes to the Brixton set, that senior police officers from Brixton were involved in these paedophile rings along with Vincent Rat. There it is. I've said it. I've said it on Instagram back in the past. I was in Africa when I said it. I'm right here now saying it. Yeah. My God protects me. So you lot can do what you want to do. I'm saying it. Watch the thing. I'm saying it. That's it. That's what we have known. We've got victims that have told us this. Yeah. When the time comes and we get our inquiry, we'll present that evidence. That's what we'll do. I'm not going to put that on social media. No. There's lots that does not go up on these platforms, let me tell you. I allude to things. I raise the awareness so we can draw more victims in. But you see, when it comes to our real meat and potatoes and the actual evidence that we have, it is vast. And we're reserving that for when these police manage to pull their fingers out and actually do something. You know, actually do something. And we can trust the people that are going to be investigating these matters, that they're not caught up and they're not on the bent side of things. We can trust that. When that happens, we'll present our evidence. Until then, I'm dubious. I don't know who to trust in the police right now. They're not helping us. And for them to be pursuing me in the way that they are, it shows me everything that I need to know. You know, this is a soft attempt at trying to gag me. That's what it is. And I won't be silent. If I have to climb back on that plane and go and talk from another continent, then I will. It was kind of working for me. You know, it's where I was living at the end of the day. I came back for this march. And after the march, I said to myself, no, you cannot leave this just like that, Afua. You've got to leave behind an infrastructure, a legacy that other people can run in your absence that will benefit the community. Because all the talk on social media is all fair and dandy. But what happens after that? Where's the support services? Where is the prevention and intervention after we finish talking? That's what I'm saying. That's what keeps me here. Nothing else right now keeps me here apart from that. Once that infrastructure is in place, I will go back to my yard and get out of everybody's hair. Yeah? Then we've got somewhere where people can actually land with this thing. But at the moment, this is about raising awareness. We've been doing it for 18 months now. The awareness, no one can't tell me that the conversation and the narrative in our community has not changed as a result of the His Time Is Up campaign. I've seen it. People are much more willing to talk about this. They're much more willing to hold people to account. Not enough. This should be community-wide. All right. Thank you, Brother Royston. I'll send the link again. Just join it. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. There it is, my brother. Lovely stuff. So I won't come off just yet. There's somebody who wants to join. Yeah, so we've just got to change the narrative, brothers and sisters. You know, we have to, and we have to start talking out against these people. I know it's shameful. I know. You know, when I first spoke my truth, years ago, obviously, you know, it is not an easy thing to do, because you do blame yourself and you feel ashamed. You don't want people to know that that happened to you. You don't want to be seen as a victim. You don't want people to think, oh my God, you've got issues. Oh my God, what happened to her? You've got issues, you know? But we've got to put that to one side, because that's all the stuff that they have deposited on you. You know, I think it's policies that have come on, have demonstrated how free they feel once they have spoken their truth and you know, been public with what they're saying, and outed this man, stopped him in their tracks, taken back their power. The one thing they tell you not to do or groom you not to do is to speak out. So the minute you speak out, you're released. You're no longer under the demonic energy that person that person has left with you. Because when you pre-sexualize a child, there is a transfer of energy there, and the demonic spirit that has gone into that man, that perpetrator, even woman perpetrator that does that to the child, that demonic spirit transfers, as it does like if you slept with a really dodgy guy and start finding that things in your life weren't going so great again since you took this guy on. I've been through that too. Yeah, it's the same transfer of energy, but you leave that on a undeveloped spirit in a child. Oh, the mayhem that it causes in the adult going forward. These are the things that you know, survivors have to realize and get to that point for themselves. Free yourself, my sisters, and my brothers, especially my brothers. My God, you know, the brothers that have internalized this, that will never ever talk out about it. And then you wonder why you've lived the way that you live, some of you, you know, not being able to live quietly, why you're so angry inside, why you do awful things. You wonder. It is the cycle of abuse. That's what it is. Whether that abuse was physical, sexual, mental, emotional, it's the cycle of abuse. We've got to free ourselves from this. We really, really do. And until we do that, you can make noise a little more, jump up and down, anti-racism, police violence, black on black crime, gun crime, knife crime, whatever in our community. But unless we're going to heal ourselves individually and then as a collective, it's always going to be the same. It get worse. It's getting worse than when we were younger. Why is that? With all this intervention, all this shouting about, why is it getting worse? Because the heal thyself part of it has not been enacted as a community. That's why I go on. I'm telling you. But as Malcolm once said, you know, death puts a period to your testament. And you can kill the man, but you can't kill the message. And that's so true. So it's back to that thing. Everyone goes, oh, Africa, go back to Africa, please. Africa doesn't matter where I am. If these, listen, let me tell you something about the British security services. If they want to find you, they're going to find you in Africa. They're going to find you wherever you are. So it doesn't matter. If people are saying to me, well, stop talking about this now, Africa, because your life is at risk. What are you really saying to me? I must poke the beast and wake up the beast and then bail out because I'm shook for my life? That's not even in my, I can't even conceptualize that. I can't even conceptualize that. I took on a job to wrestle with the devil, because that's what this thing is, and it's a big devil in our community. So wrestle I will, and I will do that through fasting and prayer. Thank you very much. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I firmly believe that. People say it, you know, but do they actually believe it? I believe it. Like I believe to them, no, go arrest me round about now. You know, someone said it in the chats last week. Free Afua, them can't arrest Afua or something like that. I believe that too. I will go in on my own terms. You understand? And we will swap this thing out. But whatever little plans you've tried to do to nab me, intimidate me or whatever, it's really not working. And even if you did come and arrest me, I don't see what the point of that would be, because I wouldn't be shook. So you wouldn't really get your objective then, would it? It's just going for a little drive one night. That's really how I see it, my brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, they're going on like people frightened for them. We're not frightened for them. Go ahead. That's what I've got to say to all of these nasty people, whether it be the bent cops to the dirty paedophile man them in our community. And you can't frighten me. I'm a nasty up talk. Simple as that, my brothers and sisters. I don't know if the brother can get on. Where are we? Yeah. So All About the Black has put out the information for GoFundMe. I'm running it across the screen. We got our Cash App, we got GoFundMe, we got the super chats. It's all going on, but we are gearing up towards the march. So we need funds for that, my brothers and sisters. It ain't happening for free. Last time it was pretty much out of our own pockets, most of it. We did have some donations, and that was great. Really grateful for that. But we need to keep doing for self, my brothers and sisters. So please, please, please make sure that happens. Yes, my brothers and sisters. I don't think brother's going to get on. Maybe he's trying. Sometimes it's a little bit hard, isn't it? With this thing. Yes, my brothers and sisters. So it looks like no one's coming on. I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I've said what I've said. Who don't like it can bust. I put the link in, bro. Brother's saying, where's the link? It's in the chat. Just copy and paste it, brother. Let me just put it in one more time. Brother wants to come on and say something. Right, okay. So I'm putting it in the chat now. And I'm going to highlight it from the chat onto the screen. There it is. If you can't see it and copy and paste it from the chat, bro, then just write it down from the screen. But either way, it's the same link. And put it into your browser, and then you should be able to jump on. I'll leave it a few more minutes for you, my brother. If not, I'll call you afterwards anyway. This brother here is a brother, oh my God. For days, I've been trying. When I say days, I mean weeks, maybe even months. I keep saying I have to call this brother. Every time it pops in my head, whoop, the phone rings, something else happens, and it just doesn't happen. But brother knows that I love him dearly. So yeah, I know he's not going to take that as nothing. I know he's not going to take that as nothing. Yes. So if you can jump on, brother, that's great. I'll give you a couple more minutes, and if not, and anyone else who wants to join that stream, that would be fantastic. If not, we're going to wrap it up for tonight, which is about the right time for me. God, everyone was going, oh, I had COVID. You had COVID, Afua. I didn't have COVID. I even actually done a test. I've never done a test before, one of them lateral flow tests or whatever. I actually did it just to quieten everybody down. I had flu, or a really bad cold, actually. I don't even think I had full flu. I had a very bad cold, which doesn't hit me regularly. But every so often it does. So yeah, bro, I don't know if you can see that link, Royce. Should I keep it on the screen? I might as well. Brothers and sisters, as always, it is a pleasure. Please keep DMing me. Victims of Lefty, please don't be afraid. Bite the bullet. Come forward. Out this man. He should be stopped. Thank you for those of you that have come forward. We've had 2 of his victims come forward, from historic victims, I would say. And various other people that kind of are in the know. It says your device is not connected. Oh my God, this device is not connected thing. I hate when they try and get on and then the device is not connected. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. If that was you, Royce, your device was not connected, but there was somebody else called MB. Please try to connect your device, meaning that you have to connect your camera and your microphone before you actually come on. All right? So you have to do that. I'm thinking about getting, just sidetracking a little bit, guys. I started wearing glasses about maybe 3 years ago. Never worn them before in my life, but you know the 40-something very focal thing. Yeah, it was probably more than that now. My God, it was probably about 4, possibly even going on 5 years ago. I started using them for reading and looking at computers, which is what I really use them for. And because I'm doing this on a screen, you guys always see me in my glasses and stuff. But when I'm out and about, I've usually not got them on, or sometimes I do. Depends how tired I am. But I'm actually thinking of either getting laser eye surgery or contact lenses. Tell me what you guys think about that. I've never had any experience of these things. Oh, Royce, he's here. That's great. Yes, my brother. It says remove. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
How you doing, bro? Look at this. This is how we have to speak all the time, because I just can't get around to ringing you.
I know.
How you doing?
I know. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm good.
It's,
I'm resilient. What's the word I'm looking for? I am. It's not resilient. I'll think of it in a minute. But I am resolute. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm resolute right now. I'm standing firm. I think you've frozen, you know.
and I want you to stand firm.
Bless
You
you,
need to
bro.
stand firm. We need to stand firm. And I think you said something. You said something in regards to about us as vanguards about protecting our women, and I think there's a lot of truth in that, you know. And I think I sometimes look and think, why are women so strong? And this isn't taking anything away from our women. I think they've been forced to be strong because of the absence of us. I'm not saying you wouldn't have naturally been strong, but I think the absence of us being there and it
Yep.
being ching and chang has made. When I look at my mum had to do it on her own. I know many women's doing saying being a child and now being a man and seeing the same thing, and there's a lot of things that haven't changed, you know, for the better. And today, funny enough, I spoke to one of one of the reason why I want to come on is because I spoke to a young lady today, and her story nearly brought me to tears. Really, do you know what I mean? She's got
You're really breaking up, you know, bro.
to
You're
in regards
glitching.
to find out.
Yeah.
You know, is it still glitching? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you a bit better. Yeah, it's still glitching visually, but I can still hear you a bit better now.
I can go. I can go downstairs. You know, if that's because
Somebody's saying that we've both frozen at her end, so I don't know if it's both of us. I look normal to myself, but you are a bit
yeah,
glitchy.
yeah. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so there's. Let me try something.
Are
Bear
you
with
in
me
a
one
bad
second,
coverage
yeah.
zone? Oh, okay. Yeah, that might work still.
Bear with me once. Bear with me 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try
Oh, it's
something.
Royston that's glitching, yeah, not me.
So
Yes, my brothers and sisters.
okay,
Mother,
bear with me
brother.
1 second.
All right, bro, no worries. I so want to burn a fire. I really do want to burn the biggest fire ever, but we're going to have to hold down a little bit on YouTube, aren't we? So I want to take it to the street now, my brothers and sisters. We've got to make some noise. These people can't be allowed to get away with what they're
Hello.
getting away with. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Is that better? I don't know.
Is that better?
A little bit, yeah. Little bit. It's a bit of a bad signal, but you're okay. We hear what you were saying. You spoke to a sister and her story made you want to cry?
Hello, Joey.
Yeah, your signal's gone, bro. A bit better.
Yeah, this it's one of
No, this ain't working out, my brother. Switch your video off, switch your camera off, and then we might be able to hear you better. That might actually work. Oh, brother's having issues tonight. Can you hear me, Rose? Switch your camera off and see if that works for you. Okay. Brother's still in the studio in the back. Still glitched, it looks like. See if he works that out. Yes, my brothers and sisters. So I understand what the brother's trying to say about the absence of our men in order to protect our women. It's a big, big conversation. So many people don't actually want to have it. You know, they say they want to, but when it comes down to the real nitty gritty, they're not having it. They're absolutely not having it. So my brothers and sisters, sorry, Royce, your signal is horrible, my brother. We really, he's trying again. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if this works. We've got the wheel of death at the moment. I think your signal is terrible, my brother.
Can you hear me?
Where you are? Okay, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. And your picture is a bit better as well.
So I was speaking to a young girl, and she's gone through so much trauma. You know, she's gone. I think one of the things that really hit home to me today was some of the things that she shared with me. You know, like being sexually abused, physically abused. She went to prison at 14, came out at 17. Just a catalogue of things, and she never ever got any support. And when we spoke today, it's just so clear how much trauma that she's experienced, and she's never ever actually been given any support for that. Currently, she's got a young son who's currently who's living with the grandmother. She said something that broke my heart. She said, every morning she said, I had to program my mind. You know,
you're breaking up again. You know, it's so important what you're saying as well, Royce. But I'm finding it hard to hear you. You're sort of chopping up a little bit.
Is not even trying fighting for.
Yeah. Oh man, you're proper breaking up. Yeah, you're breaking up and delayed and all sorts of stuff.
Let me come out and come back. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me go on my laptop.
All right, try and join on your laptop and see if that works. If not, we'll wrap it up. Yeah.
Can I go on my?
Yeah, you can go on your laptop. You can try on your laptop.
Let me try and go on my laptop.
Okay. Honestly, hold on, my brothers and sisters. It's always difficult on this stream. I don't know what it is, but every time we get into a really good conversation, it messes up technologically. I think turn off the camera. That actually works sometimes, doesn't it? When you've got a bad signal. Let's take up some comments while we're waiting for brother to rejoin. Desiree Kami says, there are enough good men in the community to be able to make a clear stance against these evil perpetrators, but it's just not happening enough. Well, enough is enough. Hashtag stand up now or never. Always poignant words, my sister. Absolutely. You know, I don't know what we think we stand for. But, you know, some of the brothers that are even shouting about the injustices in the community and police brutality and this and that, they're perpetrators themselves. My daughter calls them the Hotep Dons. I was dying the other day when she said that. But Mama, them Hotep Dons are just as bad. I know what she means as an Afrocentric. Hotep sister, Hotep brother. Hotep means peace. And it's, you know, it's quite a fashionable, popular thing to say to each other. If you're not Christian and you're not Muslim or whatever in those greetings, and you're just Afrocentric and all about African spirituality, they tend to use the term Hotep. It came down from the Asara sect. It was very popular when I was coming up back in the day. My daughter calls them the Hotep Dons, those conscious brothers. Yeah, those conscious brothers that are on the street talking about power to the black man and save the black family, and all of them talk there. But they're going home and beating their wives, or they're going home and sexually abusing their daughter. These guys, the Hotep Dons. Oh, I'm telling you, man. But, you know, it makes sense to me that people like that would be attracted to power bases. You know, it just makes sense. This is why the church harbors so many of these people. Pastors and priests doing the things they do, pedophilic pastors and priests. They're always attracted to power-based types of positions. Things they can hide behind pillars of respectability. They're always, and you know, that translates into our community as sound man and community activists, and you understand, pastor, and all of these things. It translates down into that. I don't know how long it's going to take you, Royce, to join from your laptop, but I'm going to lock off real soon, and we can pick up a conversation outside of this. Maybe you can jump on next week and give us your views when the signal is a little bit more stable. It might be at my end, although I think I've got a full stack. My brothers and sisters, once again, it has been a pleasure meeting with you. Our numbers actually went right up again, so maybe people got locked off on the streets and jumped onto the live with their frolicking in the name of the one called Elizabeth. Somebody says, you mean those black people who are dangerous for black people? Yeah, there are black people who are dangerous for black people. Yeah, man. Click the link. Discuss your views with sis. It's not all about the comments. Giving it a couple of minutes to make brother jump on. If not, mother never raised no fool. I love your name, by the way. I says, Afua dancing upon the serpent. Trample upon his head. Upon the lion and the adder. Yeah? Anyone who knows scripture knows what I'm talking about. Bun the queen, you don't know. Let's just put that one up. You don't have to say it out loud. It doesn't look like brother's going to jump back on. Bro, I'll put the link in one more time for you. See if you can join from your laptop. There it is. You've asked me to do that, so I will do that. Can't be just this one brother in the wind, my brothers and sisters. It can't be. Don't be shy. Hit the link. And don't be shy and hit the Cash App. Hit the GoFundMe. Hit the Super Chat. Let's keep fundraising. Let's do for self. We can't keep moaning that we've got the same problems, but we're not willing to support the cause. You know, we were having a conversation, actually, me and some people, and we were saying, like, when you look at any other part of the diaspora, it doesn't matter where it is, especially Black America, though, they support their own causes. Totally. Financially, spiritually, physically, in terms of coming on. But only Black English people, nah, them not buy pussy in a bag. They want to see something for their money, but yet they're the biggest to moan about when things are not going right for us. And the white man is trying to double cross us. Sick of them, man. They're the biggest to moan about when things are not going right for us. You've got to mute that, though, because otherwise we're going to get a mad feedback, Royston. Mute the live. Yeah, you've got to mute the live. Otherwise we're going to get a mad feedback, Royston.
Okay.
No, you're muting yourself now. You've got to get onto the tab that the live is on, mute that, and then come back onto this StreamYard thing. Is that how it goes, people? Because I don't know. You're muted, Royce. Can I unmute you? Let me unmute him. I think I can actually do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're back. Can I unmute you? Let me unmute you. But you know what it is? You've got the live on your laptop, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back. So is it two separate tabs? You know what it is? One for the stream and one for the actual live. He's gone. Royce, we'll catch it up, my brother. Come back next time, bro. And we'll try and work it out. Looks like nobody else is going to join. Brothers and sisters, thank you for listening once again. I'm hoping that next time we can have this very intimate conversation with intimate details about these people on a membership platform where it doesn't have to be opened out to the world in that way. So if you want to get that information, you want to hear about who's been doing what's going on in your community, who we need to stay safe from, who we need to warn other women against, please join, become a member. The button for that will actually become live next to the subscription button, I do believe. I was just learning about it last night with the team, and hopefully it will come up at some point. But I will be making some videos and letting you guys know what that is, and we'll see how that goes. Once we've got a decent number, then we will go live into the membership and start to broadcast the more sensitive information from there. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be 2 sets of lives. For too long, it's been a kind of a passa spectators platform, where people want to just watch, not contribute, not say nothing, not give information, not come up with solutions. They just want to sit there and watch. And I think a lot of people would benefit from a membership. But when we first put it out there, we had a lot of takers, you know. A lot of people come out and say, yeah, I think that would be a really good thing for you to do, Sister Afua, because we're actually tired of all the naysayers and people like that. So let's see how it goes. Nothing is a definitive, nothing is for certain. But if we get enough takers, we'll definitely go live with that. Thank you again. His time is up, family. Please look out for the bulletins, because we are going to be raising some rallies. I expect to see that attended. I don't want to hear no for an answer. We need to start making some noise. Let's put our intentions onto the street. Let's put our money where our mouth is. I was trying to avoid using that term, but I couldn't think of another one. So have a wonderful bank holiday. Try to not make it about the Queen and make it about your family. Remember the ancestors that have passed, who funded this royal family through their blood, sweat, and tears. Okay, remember your ancestors. Call their names. 6 million graves still at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, unclaimed watery graves from slaves that threw themselves over the edges, or those that were thrown overboard as cargo. Let's think about that. Let's think about the poverty that all our nations in Africa and the Caribbean still remain in to this day, while this person is having a jewel-studded jubilee. Let's think of the crown jewels, with the biggest diamond in the world that sits in it, called the Great Star of Africa, that was raped from our lands. Let's think about that, shall we, as diasporized African people, before we start jumping up and down in red, white, and blue and celebrating these people. The scripture speaks of them. And on that note, my brothers and sisters, his time is up. I will see you guys again this time next week on the other side of things. And look out on Insta at Afua Rose 69 for the updates. Please keep giving, my brothers and sisters, and I will see you again soon. Let's keep the awareness going, keep talking, keep speaking your truth, and keep giving me those stories, because we're going to try root them out. For as long as I'm alive, they'll be rooted out, piece by piece, brick by brick, and by every strand of their hair. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Good night. Blessed love.